piano, a true story. When I was 8 or 9, Mom made me take piano lessons. The operative word here is made. My piano teacher would come to the house once a week. Mom would call me in from ball and sit me at the piano bench, holding me down by the shoulders. She often had to remove my ball glove and backward turn cap, I was a catcher, and uncross my legs. She would stand there and stare embarrassingly at the grime and filth on the back of my neck. We had an old upright piano in the basement. It weighed a ton. I know, because Dad and his friends said so when they moved it into the basement. We got the piano from the old county home before they demolished it. The home was a large, brick, Gothic-looking building on the edge of town, built before the turn of the century. It was very scary. Mom and her sorority sisters used to take us to the home to visit the elderly people. Mom said they loved seeing us boys. I remember one man proudly showing off his family picture that he plucked from his wallet. Later I heard one of the moms whispering that the photo the man had showed us was really a clipping from a magazine. The piano was in rough shape. About every fifth ivory was missing, leaving dark-looking keys with dried hide glue on them. This included middle C. Piano players, before beginning, often line up by hovering the right thumb over middle C. This creates a constant starting place. One of the advantages of doing this is that you can watch the music like a typist watches a draft, and not have to look back and forth between the music and your fingers. When I line up, I like to gently touch my thumb to the rough middle C. This gives me a feeling of security that I am in the right place. After a year of practice, my teacher wanted me to perform at a recital. Absolutely not. The idea terrified me. But somehow, my mom and teacher talked me into it. The recital was to include some drama pieces, and I was slated to play between them. I cannot remember which song I played, probably a much-starred, made-up Indian song from one of my beginner books. The drama act was over, and my teacher coaxed me up onto the stage. I was very nervous. I wore a light gray suit sewed entirely by Mom, including the red bow tie. I sat at the piano and looked at the keys. All of the keys were white. Oh, the horror. What did this mean? How do I know where to start? I had never seen a piano with all its ivories before. I just assumed that all pianos were like mine, with ivory-less keys at irregular intervals. I looked at Mom and my teacher and tried to explain the problem, but they thought I was just nervous. They both waved off my fears and wanted me to start. I took a deep breath and laid my thumb on the slick middle C. I began to play, and once I got into the piece, I made some mistakes, but on the whole felt pretty good about it. After joining Mom and my teacher, they congratulated me, and I was feeling pretty good about myself. Later, I overheard my teacher talking to another teacher. That Scott, he tries so hard, but he played the entire song an octave too low. He didn't know where middle C was.